So guys,
for allowing her.
Thank you, Kola.
Thank you for standing by me all these years. If no be you, half of the things I don't accomplish with this life, I for no fit. I know everything. I'm going to get that. Soon you'll be king.
Yes.
we'll go back to the story. So the story or the script of the movie started off with two beautiful ladies, one called Sarah, which is Ine Dima Ukoje, and the other called Kemi, which was played by Nancy Sime. Two of them were best friends right from when they were 5 years old. Can you imagine 5 years old? Ha! Relationship goals. Not relationship goals though. Friendship goals. Like from 5 years old. Me, I can't remember having any friend from when I was young now that we are still tight. Like they had their friendship from when they were 5, and then it blossomed into something wonderful. They became like sisters, and it turns out that one of them, that is Sarah, was in a relationship with an abusive partner, which is called Kola, played by Deyemi Okanawo. Is it Okala or Okanawo? So it turns out that he had been beating and abusing her in the relationship, and she never really spoke. She spoke up to her parents, but they still lured her into getting married to the man because he was wealthy. His family, that is at the Ademola's family, they controlled the entire city. That is the entire. Because they were in control of everything that was going on in that city, and so because of their wealth, the mother continued to pressure her to getting married to the Kola of Ademola. And so during the wedding, she thought about everything. That is Sarah. She thought about everything and was like, no, this man doesn't even respect my parents or treat me well. I don't want to enter into this relationship, no. And then she was like, she wanted to speak to Kola, that is the guy that she was getting married to. And she told him, no, I can't do this. And no more. That was where Yawa gas. Like, he beat her, like gave her beating and was strangling her. And that was when Kemi walked into the room and saw what was happening, and then she started fighting for her friend. She fought for her friend, and he overpowered her. That's Kola. Kola overpowered her and gave her own beating. But at the end, both of them fought him, and mistakenly, was it Kemi that shot him? Yeah, or yes, Kemi shot him. And then when she shot him, that was how he died. And it seemed like in that particular scene, whether they stabbed him or so, or because his head was actually decapitated from his body, his head was cut off. And so Sarah was scared, like she was shaking because of what just happened. They had killed Kola, her soon-to-be husband or groom, and then she was afraid. But you know now, her friend Kemi had to tell her, no, calm down. We need to look for a way to get out of this. We need to maneuver out of this hotel to just bury this guy. That she should not feel sorry. That the guy was actually about to kill her, and like it was self-defense. You know, Sarah looks like the calm one in the friendship. That is the friendship between she and Kemi. She looks like the calm one, while Kemi looks like the one that has a strong heart. Let's do this thing, leave it, let's just forget about it. And it was a mistake, and it was out of self-defense. But because of our society today now, when any small thing, as long as it's something pertaining to the rich, the poor always suffer. So she was scared, and then they just had to burn it, and that was how they successfully were able to get his body out of the hotel. And then both of them took his body to their car, trying to like take the body out to bury it. And then they didn't know that somebody has spotted them in the garage, that is the car garage where their car was parked, spotted them and took a picture of them putting the body into their boot. And so that was where problem started. That one said blackmailing them, bring to so amount, bring to so amount. And it was getting so annoying that when Kemi was tired, that is the Kemi which was played by Nancy Sime, when she was tired of everything, because they were broke. After giving him like how much, he kept on asking, and so she was just to say, come, let's kill this guy. This guy is eating off us. Let's just end it so that he will stop, because he will not stop until in fact, he will not even stop. So Sarah, who is the chicken livered one now, sorry Sarah, she was scared, and but after everything, Kemi said no, let's just do it, and then they agreed to do it. And when they finally went to give him the money, that was not the first money, second money they were giving him again. My people, that was when they killed another person. In fact, you need to watch the movie. I have not even said all the details, and I'm not even going to say because it's too much. I don't want my review to be long, guys. So I was not able to finish my review on the Blood Sisters on my phone because the battery died, and I had to take my dad's phone, though the camera quality is not too clear, and I don't know if you guys are really hearing my voice, so I'm just going to continue from where I stopped. So I stopped at the part where Sarah and Kemi killed the photographer. Yeah, so after they killed the photographer, they thought they had ended everything, that nobody was going to discover about Kola Ademola's death. They thought everything had ended and no one was going to find out. And that was when the police found out. I mean, like, Sarah was so scared. She literally told Kemi that they should just confess, that she could not take the guilty, the conscience she was feeling and everything. And Kemi was like, Kemi is the strong one and the one that has the akpobi. She was like, why will you say something like that? That how can we go and confess? You know that they'll just lock us in jail. They'll never hear the full story. And Sarah was just like, what of if they find out? What of if they put her in jail? This and that. And Kemi was like, don't worry, calm down. Let's get our story straight. This is what we'll tell the police if they come to ask us. This is what we'll tell the detective if they come to ask us. And so they had already made their story and planned on what to say. And as if they knew it, the detective, which was played by Wale Ojo, came and started interrogating Sarah. And as God will have it, or should I say, as God will have it, Kemi was with her there when he was interrogating, and she covered up for some parts where Sarah could not speak out very well because she was still scared. And then the investigation, and so the detective he believed the story that Kemi and Sarah told him, and then he left. And then Sarah was like, let's confess, I can't hold this anymore, let's confess. That she had already told her ex about everything. And that was where Kemi became furious. Now, why would Sarah do that? That you know that they are just a few points into jail. Like, why would Kemi, or why would Sarah tell her ex that what is wrong with her? And Sarah was like, she was scared, this and that, and that was when they decided that they were going to jackpot, they were going to run. And so that was how they started running. These people ran to different places so that the police wouldn't find them. It even got to an extent where Sarah called her mother and told her mother that she had to run because she killed Kola, and it was out of self-defense. But the police would not listen to that. They would still put her in jail plus because the person that they killed is a very wealthy person, and in this our economy, in this our country, the wealthy people have more should I say validation more than the poor people. So she was like, okay, fine, run anywhere you want to, just run, just make sure they don't find you, just make sure I love you, this and that. It was now that she was remembering when the daughter was telling her that the guy used to beat her, that she does not want that one, that she wants to marry her ex, the one that loved her, even though that one didn't really have money. The mother was like, no, marry the wealthy one, he's going to give us money, this and that. But now see, she was now in a huge mess. So after that, to cut the long story short, they ran to several places. In fact, they even encountered an organ harvester, a doctor who cuts and sells vital parts of human beings. So he welcomed them happily. He planned with a lady who acted as his wife. Meanwhile, she was not his wife. And that was how they made Kemi and Sarah feel comfortable. They gave them food and all. And then the lady, that is the lady that pretended to be the doctor's husband, said she was going for work, like going for a shift, and then that was how she disappeared. The man paid her money. And that was the time when he noticed that Kemi was dating. He said, let him use that moment to lure Sarah to have a drink with him. From there, he would drug her, and then he will cut or do what he wants to do with her vitals. Guys, when that part was showing, like when Kemi was in the bedroom taking her bath, and he finally succeeded in drugging Sarah, I was like, Kemi, where are you?
Come on, you're always the one help. You're always the one coming through for the gang. Come on, Sarah, you come out from the bedroom. Like, I was just in my head, I was shouting.
You know, it's a movie now, so she would not hear me. And the man had already marked Sarah's bosoms, marked her back and everything. After the man had finished marking where he was going to harvest from Sarah's body, he left Sarah. He left her and went for Kemi. So Kemi was just coming out from the bedroom, like she just finished having a shower and she was tying her wrapper. She did not expect what was coming. And then when he came in, she thought, oh, the friendly man that helped us, yeah. And then after that, she did not expect what was coming. He went close to her and then used a knife to slash her thighs. Like, she did not believe what was happening to her. She was like, I thought this man was a good man. How come he wants to kill me? Oh my God. Like, she didn't know what happened to the man. And then the man overpowered her. And that was when Sarah's ex went to knock on the door. He had been tracking Sarah through her location. You know, when you have an Android phone and you're on your location, automatically someone can easily trace you. So that is how he traced Sarah and discovered where she was, and that was why he knocked. So when he knocked, the man was angry that someone had come to disturb what he was doing, and then he went to answer the door, and then everything happened. To cut the long story short, the man, the guy that came to visit Sarah, I've forgotten his name though, but when he died, I was so mad. I was so angry because he was the one that was always helping Kemi and Sarah, even when they started escaping. Everything he provided, even the first shelter he provided it without any issue, and he just died. Like, why will you die? It was so annoying. It really pained me though, but that's a movie. And so that was how Sarah and Kemi escaped that one, and then they escaped finally to Kemi's grandmother's village, and that was where they were before the police found them. The police finally found them, and then Mrs. Uduaka Demola told the police to hand over Kemi and Sarah to her. And because of she's very influential and the one that controls the city, they had to obey. And then they handed over Sarah and Kemi to her. Oh my God. You could know, like, I could guess what the woman was about to do, because she so much loved Kola and was ready to kill. And she had already told her daughter that an eye for an eye. She was ready to kill, you know. And then I was feeling so bad for Sarah and Kemi at some point. I was like, they had already run away, so why? Like, why would they? Like, I was so sad. And then finally, Ramsey Noah, who was the bodyguard of Mrs. Uduaka Demola, brought them. He had been chasing them, and he eventually got them at the first home they got to. He almost killed Sarah and Kemi, but somehow, as luck would have it, they escaped. As in, Sarah and Kemi faced a lot while running. They faced a lot while running. but at the end, they still got them and handed over them to Mrs. Ademola Uduak. And then Mrs. Ademola told her bodyguard to bring them to an abandoned building that has been abandoned for years. Jesus Christ. I was like, this woman, what she has in her mind there is very bad. And so she finally told her son, which the role was played by Gabriel Afolayan, and then his wife was Kehinde Bankole. She told her son, who was the first son, that she never really valued that if he wanted to take over the company, the family's company, he should kill Sarah and Kemi. At first, he was shocked. Like, he didn't want to do it. He was like, why you like his wife? You know, his wife is always in control. She has been the one controlling him throughout the movie. So I will not even be surprised. She was encouraging him, shoot. And then the last born, I forgot her name. She said, no, mommy, let me do it. Since he does not have the liver to do it, let me do it. And then she collected the gun. And then it looked as if she wanted to kill Kemi and Sarah, but as luck would have it, guys, she shot at the bodyguard first, so he would die and not be able to overpower her and collect back the gun from her. And then she faced the gun to her family. Guys, I said that family really underestimated that girl. They underestimated that girl so much because they already marked her out of the family because she was a drug addict, and then she was taken to rehab and she was clean. And there was a statement her mother made during the movie that still made her to go back to smoking, to doing cocaine, doing drugs and everything. And that was what made them to still carry her back to the rehab. And then she escaped. So let me fast forward back to the end. So the end was where the girl was like, mother, you are a wicked man, you are a demon, this and that. She finally killed her brother. She killed her brother. And then she first told the brother's wife to go and uncuff, because they handcuffed Kemi and Sarah so they will not escape, to go and uncuff Kemi and Sarah. And then when her brother's wife uncuffed Kemi and Sarah, she told them, run away, because the detective had already gone to the rehab to question and interrogate her too. And it turns out that the guy that acted as the first son, that is Gabriel Afolayan, paid a man Blade. That was played by Maurice Sam from Hustle. If you watch African Magic Family, you know Hustle. So he paid Blade to assassinate Kola on his wedding. But as luck would have it, he was kicked out of the wedding. He was not able to succeed in his plan. So everything just ended like that. And then after Kemi and Sarah had run, she killed, that is the daughter, killed the firstborn, killed his wife, and then she was about to shoot the mother. She told the mother that the mother was the one responsible for their father's death. The father never cared about all this wealth. The father was a nice man, but she was always the one that was making him do lots of things, was always controlling him. She was the demon, she was this, and she must pay. Already, the detective was informed by her, the girl that wanted to kill her family, informed by her that the mother wanted to kill Sarah and Kemi. Too much kill. So that was how the detective drove down to the abandoned building, and that was when he saw Kemi and Sarah running, looking for where to hide, and then he decided to save them. God, I was so happy. Very, very, I was so overjoyed that they were finally free to walk, because you will not blame them. It was out of self-defense that they killed Kola. He was always beating them, and funny enough, he had several his exes that he dated. He did same to them. He would beat them, and then in that their injured state and in their pain, he would start painting them. In that pain, he would force them to stay still, and then he would start painting them. Who does that? That's a psychopath. Like, he deserved to die to me, but I don't know for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did Kola Ademola deserve to die? Because to me, he deserves to die. That's just it. So for the story, I'll give the story a 10 over 10. For the actors, they did well. They, in fact, especially Kemi and Sarah, which was played by Nasi Sime and Ini Dima Okoje, they should be given an award. They should be given an award. Like it looked real. I could feel it because it touched my soul, because that is our economy today. The poor don't get what they don't get out easily, or they don't get free things easily, and the rich are always higher in everything, and they can easily get away with things even if it is something bad. So I felt the movie and it really touched me, and I want to give credit to each and everyone that did the movie, the actors, the directors, and also the costume was something I love. I was even asking my elder sister that, wow, that this costume, they must have spent a lot, like especially Mrs. Uduaka Demola, which was played by Kate Henshaw. All her dresses were flawless, was just beautiful. I was like, wow, they must have spent. But in fact, all the cast, like their wares were just so dope and beautiful. I was like, God, this movie must have cost a lot. So I would give the costume a 9 over 10. I would give the actor's performance 8 over 10. I would give the storyline a 10 over 10. And I would give the cinematography an 8 over 10. So thanks guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to this channel if you love this review and if you want me to do more with another. This is my first movie review. So guys, comment down in this comment section and let me know what you think. This is CHI to the ZI, Cheesy of Cheesy Nation, signing out.